Multitasking in a startup is a misnomer. I believe that it's not possible. There are very few guys who can do that, and it would be safe for you to assume that you can't do it. I was in a stage early 2011 where I was juggling 7 ideas. Can I tell you, nothing gets done. I promise you, nothing gets done. Just a false sense of superiority and pride that you're juggling 7 things at a time. No one cares. Only thing that should be important to you is getting a product out there that your customers value. That should be the only thing. And if you start off with 7 ideas, that's great. But you've got to figure out very quickly which one you spend time on. Because ideas are very difficult to pull off. Next.
You say that you shouldn't worry about money when you start a business, but then isn't it a factor that once you are looking for investors, they want to see the cash flow, they want to see how much money your product will make at the end of the day. So should you be concerned with money from the word go when you start your business plan?
So there's 2 different uses of money there. The one I'm hearing is the amount that you need in order to carry out the business, and the other one is that you're actually generating money and to show that it's going to make money. I agree with the second. You need to show that it's going to make money someday. What I disagree with is, at the beginning, and if you speak to the right investors, they'll tell you this, investing in a startup is a thumbs up. And you need a guy who's deluded or who doesn't care about his money to give you money, because the probabilities of you pulling that off, very little. So unfortunately, we only found out later, but our guy invested in us because he wanted to invest in the future of South Africa. Just let's give these guys time and money to kind of develop their own skills. I only found that out a year and a half later. I'm so glad I did, because I would have really ruined my self-expectation. You know, jeez. But a realistic and a good investor will understand where you are at and plot you according to that. So he's not going to expect you to have millions when you've just got an idea. He'll expect you that you know your idea backwards and you know exactly what the steps are to get to a product. That's all he can expect of you. If he expects any more, you're looking at the wrong investor. Do not get into bed with the wrong investor. That is going to bite you and bite you hard. So don't only look at money. So when you're looking for an investor, you're looking more than money. You're looking for strategy help, so figuring out how to pull off your product. And thirdly, it's your connections. How can he help you grow your business or get your business, product out into the market quicker? It's difficult. I say that this side of having money, but can I tell you now that I've been turned down for money 4 times now. And I'm glad they turned me down, because they turned out to be the wrong partners, in hindsight only. The one guy that we applied for money for, it was a social entrepreneurship incubator, and that's exactly what we're doing. You don't find social entrepreneurship incubators in South Africa. And this was the only guy, and they were really excited about us. They took us through 2 or 3 stages, and lastly they turned us down and said, we don't have the money. And we're like, oh, we're so bummed, you know, we did all this work and it looked exciting, yada yada. 3 months down the line, we found out these guys, we were very glad we didn't get into bed with them. It wouldn't have been good for us. So be very careful who you attract as investors. Just one last tip on investors. Investors, unless it's your friends and family, you know you for a long time, will not make a decision on one single data point. What I mean with this, they're not going to make an investment based on one meeting. You are not Mark Zuckerberg. You are not Steve Jobs. And you are not those guys. He needs more data to work on. So introduce yourself, explain your idea, and have follow-up meetings to show him how your idea has progressed. What he isn't looking for is success necessarily. He's looking for, this guy said he was going to do this. Did he go do it? And how did it work out? And what did he learn from it? And what are your next steps? Because at the end of the day, you're actually not backing the idea. The idea's changed. I mean, we worked through 5, 6 ideas. If someone backed us on the idea, it would have been dead quite a while ago. And so the guy who backed us because he realized at least they'll keep giving it a try. They're not going to back out after the first failure. When an idea hits reality, the idea fails. Yeah. Cool.
What was your first idea?
The very first idea.
Or one that you said first client didn't pay you?
Oh, it was an actual services company. So we met up with this. So who's we? I was only one man show. I met up with this NGO. They were called a computer training agency in Kayamandi, and they brought me on to come up with a project proposal to gain funding. But I thought they had funding to pay for me at least, so that we can get more funding. when I started working for them after a good couple of weeks, I realized they don't have money, and they were using me to get money. And that was my first ball that I sent out for 20K, and just didn't get paid, and it just downhill from there. Billing your hours is not fun, guys. Oh, I don't know how people do it. I honestly don't know. And it looks like they're making a lot of money, but they're time short. I mean, what's the word? Anyway, yeah, they don't have time on their hands.
Did you do an actuarial science degree?
Yeah. Oh, enjoy. I realized I'm more of a generalist, and to complete as actually I decided to do that when this entrepreneurship thing has been decided for me. But right now, doing both at the same time is beyond my capabilities, and I'm glad after 6 years of mistakes that I realize that now. Yeah. Questions, comments? Okay.
That's good.
I hope your startup covers for some wine. If it doesn't, we've got you some. Thank you so much for coming. So you guys sit here with a great pool of resources. A lot of strengths in different people can add to your idea, right? So in the competition last year, what I looked for was the strengths in different people and in their businesses, and tried to pair them with the right mentors. Paul was one of our mentors, and we want to actually just collaborate between strengths. So we'll do a lot of practical workshop. Well, next week, not next week, the 7th of May workshop will only be practical. So for some of you, there might be some questions regarding to how am I going to fit this into my canvas? Where will I fit this into my revenue model? Stuff like that. So we'll have a few industry experts coming on the 7th of May, the next workshop, and they'll just help you to jot down your submission. And then 3 days later, you can think about it, swap and change, and then you'll submit it on the 10th of May. So that will give you some time to think about it. But I'd like to introduce you to one of our winners from last year, Jonathan. And Jonathan, he's got a great skill set. You guys can tap into this. He's not going to take part of the competition this year, but he's got something to offer you guys, and it's your choice to take it or not. But Jonathan, tell them what you do.
Well, basically last year, as one of the participants and later as a winner, I realized that you kind of want to run with it then. Just after you go with it, if you win or not, I mean, you want to run with your idea. And communication and that kind of stuff kinds of like become a problem for you. So we're here entering with the app idea, with the application in my mind. So one thing, I was also in the technology and the application side, and I realized, well, now I want to like make a mock-up of this app, and how do you do that? Who do you contact? Now, I don't know if you have like programming skills to actually visualize this whole app, but I'm basically this year, if you get to the point where you've done your viability and you decided now this is really something that can work, and you want to get a visual prototype and a mock-up of that app, you can actually contact me and I can help you with that. Because I've got the designing skills and the critical skills to do that. And then further, if you need a website or something like that, you can contact me as well. We want to actually create space for you on the internet to get connecting with people with business cards and stuff as well. So you can just chat with me if you've got stuff like that too.
Yeah, I took his business card 2 weeks ago because it was the coolest business card I've ever seen. I was like, can I just have it, just have a look at it? So he's really, really talented. So make use of the skills that are around you. Network with the people. It's a competition, but it's not about the competition. It's about starting a business, and that's what Paul mentioned earlier. And I buy into that totally. We just needed to find a vehicle to get you guys to get excited and start doing, not just thinking. So so we're going to do the do part the 7th of May, and I hope to see more and everybody to come to that workshop so that we can get the submissions ready. All right, that's all for tonight. Thank you for coming.
If I can add something really,
Yeah.
If you are on Twitter, please follow Intrack as you are trying to activate the spirit of entrepreneurship on campus.
Yeah, I think to add some validation to that, entrepreneurship is a buzzword on everywhere at the moment, and we want to create different places where different types of entrepreneurs can network and find their niche. Some want a competition, some want to be boosted with different programs, some people just want to network, some people just want to talk about ideas and drink wine. So we want to create another profile where you can go to the EntrepSU Twitter account and just get the conversation going. So that's where you'll be able to network with people that are like-minded and that have the skills that you might need for your idea to flourish. So it's at EntrepSU. Just go check that out. All right. Thank you. Anything else? All right. Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah.